Welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. Saturday afternoon's the perfect setting for a game like this. It's the TCU Horned Frogs and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Inside Williams-Brice Stadium for South Carolina, the Sandstorm team entrance is electric. The fans make this one of the most special venues in sports. Loud, proud, and rocking. That iconic entrance is one you've got to appreciate. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Holly. And the Gamecocks headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. To the air, it's Craig. He's got an open man. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's
flying down the right side. Touchdown, TCU! Once he got some room, it was over.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Looking for space. It's McAllister. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Hauls it in.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Escapes the pressure going right. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. the right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
They're already down a touchdown early, and the last thing they need to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to that offense. They'll go for it on 4th down. Gets the first himself. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
Well, this is a running back that gets stronger as the game goes on, and they try to get him going early on a toss play, Reese.
And if we start stretching the defense sideways, sometimes a little vulnerable in the middle later in the game.
Yeah, that might open an opportunity for a play action. Maybe fake the toss and see if you can get a tight end or a slot receiver down the middle of the field.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra. I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
The Gamecocks spin the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on 4th down again. They'll run for it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
The run inside. It's Payne. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Throwing Sellers. Going downfield for the big play. Oh, it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Looking to throw, it's Craig. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Soft spot in the middle. Knocked down for the tackle.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
And the Horned Frogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Slides, avoids the punishment, and picks up the first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And you can see just how explosive this offense is. It doesn't matter what they do. Whether they're throwing the ball, whether they're running the ball, they've had some balance, but they can pick up yards in chunks. And you're seeing it happen. A really nice completion there.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
14, South Carolina, 0.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Now on the option. The pitch. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking for a crease. It's Clark. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Going to field this one in tight quarters. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Timeout taken by TCU. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Scanning the field, it's Craig. Fires to the big fella. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. 10-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in third and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some...
Makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And I tell you what, this part of the field, once you start getting in the red zone and the field shrinks, you got more big bodies on the field. The running threat is real. Tight ends come on the field, and what happens? Run a little play action off of it, get it to the big fellow. Nice plucking it out of the sky, getting the touchdown.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do... And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Defensively, you got them backed up. There's two options that they're going to do. They're going to run the football and be conservative, or they're going to try to take shots down the field. They tried to take a shot. Defense was ready. Nice pass rush. Way to get to the QB and get after that sucker.
It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen, but the deep...
Going to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Takes it on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Here's a little room there. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Quick hitting end around on first and goal. Looking for the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And I like the play call because when you get in the red zone, you get more man-to-man. The field shrinks. What do? Put a guy in motion, good timing, get it to him. And how about the receivers on the outside blocking up their guys, and he takes it all the way in for the touchdown.
South Carolina, 0. Number 48, set to advance on the football.
Coming out with it, it's Bennett. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Buys a little time with his feet. Fires downfield. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. To the air, it's Craig. Finds us back in the middle. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on fourth down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Sellers unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Bennett. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Running into the open space. Turning on the Jets. The tag into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU.
And just keep feeding this guy the football, and this scoreboard's going to keep lighting up. This dude is unbelievable. He needs just a little bit of space, and he has gone off to the races. This offense, David, has so many weapons, but this running back is a game changer.
He is, and so many weapons is right. This defense has had absolutely no answer so far, giving up way too many points early in this football game. They need to have a conversation on the sidelines. Get the defensive coordinator, get everybody involved. They need more juice, and they got to find some answers fast.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Here's Sellers to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Showing the arm strength to the left. Upstairs to make the catch. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Throwing, Sellers. Makes the catch. It's Clark. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Quick completion on the out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Obviously, great job picking up the first down there through the air, but you're trailing by a lot of points now, and you're in that area of the field where you should take a shot. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be thinking about throwing this next one into the end zone and trying to cut into the lead.
On the ground, it's Clark. He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're showing confidence in their running game in the red zone. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Motion from the wide receiver. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. A lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now, forcing a third down.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal.
And I'm not surprised with the run, and I'm not going to be surprised if they run it again, right? This offense now set up. They've put a drive together. 1st and goal. Who can be more physical? The line of scrimmage is critically important when the field starts to shrink. Let's see who can bow up and make a play here.
Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with his 2nd and goal. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he doesn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. 4th down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
And they won't try another play, instead taking a knee, and they'll head to the locker room. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Oregon taking on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And it's the Ducks eyeing an 8th straight victory today. It's been a dream start to the season, and this game has been no different. This fan base is fired up. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was...
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And you can't start the half any better than that. You talk about going in, making halftime adjustments, talking about what they did. It looks like they knew exactly what they were going to do. Come out.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
South Carolina, 0.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first. There he goes. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, South Carolina. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's McAllister. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further.
TCU, 45. South Carolina, 6.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field ready to get going. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into
Snags it, and he's open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Running inside, it's Payne. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. Could be an alley. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You can tell, man, really made a point for this offense to run the football, to be physical and defensively. Already getting behind in this football game, not stopping the run on this drive. They've got to get more aggressive. They got to get more physical on that line of scrimmage.
The Horned Frogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. Touchdown, TCU! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all offseason to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
South Carolina 6.
And he's going to bring this one out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Sellers on the shovel. And a good.
Tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it fly. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Looking for more room. Oh, that was a terrific return as he takes it to the 9.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical down. Second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
The Gamecocks spin the first of their 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. He has stopped well short of the 1st down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game.
Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's his 3rd score of the game, and he's up to double figures with 10 on the season.
And if you're the head coach, you are absolutely loving this. You're up big on the scoreboard because your defense keeps getting takeaways, and on offense, in sudden change situations, you're turning it into touchdowns. That right there, phenomenal job. Great decision by the quarterback. He finds his open man. They connect. Everything going their way, David.
And I love when they stay aggressive after a turnover. That is the number one thing we're always yelling in the huddle as a defense. Sudden change, sudden change. They want to capitalize on the momentum, and they did. They stayed aggressive, continuing to add to this lead, doing what they want when they want.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Here's Sellers to throw. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down and run. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball.
He's going for it all. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And, man, this whole crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking.
He's looking deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's third down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. On the play, let's see if it stands. Face mask penalty cost the D 15 yards and a first down.